What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Couch Stealers. We appreciate y'all listening. Y'all already know it's the one and only Meister, Mikey J.
And it's your boy, AU.
AU, what's going on, bro? How you living? How you feeling? Good seeing you this weekend, my boy. Good seeing you this weekend.
Yeah, that was a good day.
That was fun. I had fun.
Well, like night, but yeah. Night. I mean, honestly, the most eventful part of that whole entire night was the way we wrapped up.
Bro, like some Navy SEALs, boy. We was in and out there. We was in and out that joint.
We wrapped that up real fast.
We're not gonna go into details. Just know
that was a keys wallet phone check.
Listen, we had to get somebody across enemy lines, and we had to get them back across from enemy lines.
This was Black Hawk Down level, like across enemy lines.
Yo, the funniest part about that was that like we looked at each other, and it was like no
Literally.
type of. It was
because it was the first one. We was like, okay. So the second one, I was like, yeah, we gotta get up out of here.
Like, yo, all right, I got the jacket. You went to the bathroom, got the toilet paper. I got the jacket. We got this. Everybody got the keys. We hopping in the whip. We out. Bro, that joint looked like a NASCAR pit stop.
That was fast. It's funny as hell.
That's
you know what that is? That's growth. That's a grown man.
That was growth.
Because back in college, it went down. We would have stayed.
We would have stayed. We 100% would have stayed in college. We would have stayed. We would have like, all right, in the booth, chill out, and we would have stayed. Yeah. Nah, we done grown. We done. That's growth, my boy. That's what that called. Like you said, that's growth,
that's
my boy.
Funny.
Nah, but we had a good time. It was good seeing you, kicking it with the Brodies, the rest of the Brodies out there. So, like, shout out to everybody that we kicked it with. We love y'all, all that good stuff. Good food, good people, good drinks. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know you're gonna hate me forever, but I'm telling you, I've been thinking about it since Saturday. I've been thinking about it since Saturday. I still did not taste licorice. At no point did I taste licorice.
Yeah, and no, you like I said. On that Saturday, you don't have taste buds. Like
I might not.
Yeah, your taste buds are working at half capacity. There's no way.
Half capacity is disrespectful as hell.
Is it?
Half capacity is crazy.
You ate pickled fennel and said you didn't taste licorice.
I didn't. It tasted like I had all the pickle seasonings, all the salt, vinegar, and everything like that. That was good. That was fine. I enjoyed that part of it. But I didn't taste like licorice. And you and dude was both like, nah, bro, licorice. 100% licorice.
Licorice. I mean, I didn't taste it because I knew better. And I told him not to taste it either, and he still tasted it.
I'll tell you right now, though, full disclosure.
No, you sold him.
He's not going to listen to me no more when it comes to eating food.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you.
You should have never did that in the first place.
It tasted good to me. That's all I'm going to
say. No. Like, I'm not saying that, like, it didn't taste good to you.
Yeah.
Just more so that we don't like licorice and we don't like the taste of that.
Okay.
And I told him that before you came that's why I didn't want those wings. Cause I thought the fennel was going to be in the wings. Mm-hmm. Luckily that wasn't the case. But yeah.
I just laughed because like it was immediate. I've been thinking about it. I was like, it was immediate. And I was like, damn, I didn't mean to sell you like that, but that's just.
Yeah, no, that shit was gross as hell. I mean, I didn't even taste it, and I knew it was gross as hell.
Those wings were good though. I did like those.
Yes, honestly. So I wouldn't say that the wings were good, but more so that like the sauce rounded them off.
Flavorful as hell, boy. I was on my way to Flavor Town. It was
not
cool.
Flavor Town.
I was cool going to Flavor Town. That joint was good.
Not Flavor Town. Lord have mercy.
Oh my Lord.
Man, we had a good weekend. If y'all didn't, gather that.
Yeah, kicking it with the bro, kicking with the family, bro. That's what that was. But we also had a lot of second week of the spring season here, bro. So we got a lot of anime that we've been catching up on.
We did.
Let me ask you this: you made a promise to the people last episode.
I did.
That coming into this week,
I fell slightly short.
You fell slightly on your wing breaker promise. You fell slightly on your wing breaker
short, but it was like very slight. I said I'd be caught up, but I'm almost done with the first season. I think Sakura just became class captain.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got like maybe 2 more episodes left.
I'd be like 1. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's gonna lead you right into season 2. So no, that's a good work. You know, you came up a little short, but at the same time, we appreciate the effort because you all the way.
No, I had to skip out on other things because I was watching so much Windbreaker.
So let me ask you, what's your take on it now that you bless your child, seeing that you almost there for your boy? All right. What's your take on it?
You want full synopsis?
Yeah, we here. I mean, you almost done with season 1, so
shit.
I'm essentially like 3-4 episodes ahead of you. So I feel like we able to have this kind of convo now. So what's your take? What you think? Where's everything that from the AU perspective after hearing all the fan service? I was gassing up for it because I'm here for it, and a lot of people
was glazing it.
Glazing is crazy. That also tells me a little bit of where you going. Talk to me.
You're definitely glazing it, but let me go in with and start by saying I enjoyed it. 1000% enjoyed.
Like that's the part
what I watched. I enjoyed it.
Most important.
You were absolutely correct. It is like a lot of hands, like, you know, and not too like crazy, just like where somebody turning Super Saiyan type deal, you know what I mean? But they not going Super Saiyan. Remember when Demon Slayer had it, like the whole entire thing going? There's like, oh, all these flames and waters and stuff are not happening. That kind of deal.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that exactly. You know what I mean? Someone's going Super Saiyan and then fighting. It was still a little over the top, but the fighting was still realistic for the most part. We're watching an anime, so I had to subdue my judgment. And that's very hard for me to do sometimes when we're talking about just like regular people doing regular life shit. However,
to be fair, if there was one thing I thought you was gonna have an issue with, it was gonna be that, because it's like, come on, bro. I know you ain't just do a quadruple flip in the air.
Yes. I mean, my man was like breaking Olympic records, like on like But I suspended my judgment, and I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. So other than just saying why, I had a good time, let me explain why. So I still think the pacing is a little weird.
Really? Okay.
Where it's like things are happening like a little too like fast in a way. Like the character development happens extremely fast. It doesn't really feel fleshed out, and it also feels like a lot of the character development really just comes into play of just these motherfuckers fighting, and that's fine because I like the fighting. I'm having a really enjoyable time watching these motherfuckers beat each other's face in.
I told you.
So I want to just start there with that. However, all right, I had to put these on. I've been staring at computer screens all day. Eyes are hurting. So one thing that I mentioned last episode was that I really enjoyed the fight sequences. They're refreshing. They don't feel like just like there's like not a single replayed portion or renewed like punch or a kick or anything. Each fight feels very unique to the character and the character that he's facing, whoever it may be, whatever. So I really enjoy that. And I like that even though there's some over the topness with the fights and whatnot, you still get those moments of just like in a fight that was like, yeah, I can see that happening in a fight.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I can 1000% see that move being done in a fight or something like that. Not as clean, not as flawless, obviously, but I can understand that. Like, and I like how they really direct it so you can see each one of those little points. Like I said last week, I saw him punch somebody in their kidney and from the back. Like, you know what I mean? And like, that was a real kidney shot. Yeah, I was like, that was a kidney shot. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, oh, punch him in the stomach and then, you know, you see the hand go through the back. So I really enjoy the direction and I really like how they do that with the fighting. Each fight feels refreshing. Each character matches like their fighting style as well, which I think is done very well. I'm not impressed with the world building at all. Like, maybe that's not what they're going for at all, but I just feel like the world building needs to be better because I feel like it takes away from me being fully enveloped in the journey of this show. Because it's like, think about it. As someone who just pretty much finished season 1, like, he came to the town, they fucked some motherfuckers up. Oh, I'm in this high school, you're in this high school, welcome freshmen. Oh, you fuck with my nigga over there? tournament. Let's fight a nigga on stage.
Yeah.
Like, and then the crazy motherfucker like gets his whole entire arc like in an episode. Like, you know what I mean? It feels a little fast paced, and I feel like in terms of the world building, that's also not helping with the pacing. It's like, how much territory are we looking at? Because that was a lot of fighting and a lot of territorial gang fighting. Like,
so
I
look at it.
And how big is this? Are they in a town? Or are they in a city?
I look at it like New York, because I'm assuming they're in Tokyo. So I'm thinking about it in the same sense of like, let's think about it if
where are the police? These are delinquents.
Now where are the police?
Nah, these are delinquents. Bro, there aren't even teachers in the game school.
Okay, so the police and the teachers part does make me laugh, because when the leader of Beaufort got on the mic to do morning announcements, I was like, I'm pretty sure ain't no principal in that school, bro.
Ain't no principal here. It wasn't a single teacher. These kids need to be learning algebra and shit. Like something.
Nah, bro. You get low kick class in the morning, and you get shoryuken uppercut class in the afternoon. That's what they got.
And like from middle school, you can get known for fighting motherfuckers and shit. So it's like, where's the development? Like, how is this town or city gonna run in the next 10 years? Nobody's gonna know how to do shit but fight.
Nah. See, you thinking about it too much. We don't need to think about it like that. It's windbreaker, bro. Just no hands.
Can't. See, but that's what I'm saying. Is like,
but I don't
like if it's based in a reality of like a more realistic kind of reality, then like I need to see some real reality type shit. Like.
So here's something that, and obviously I'll go with the only other anime that I know off the top of my head that does get a lot of comparisons to Windbreaker, which is Tokyo Revengers. Now in Tokyo Revengers, you do feel
but there's a level of
you feel that's the
not
realism.
Real here. We know this.
But you feel the realism as far as like what's going on in the world around with Tokyo Revengers. Like, I know eventually you're gonna get there, so I'm not spoiling nothing, but like you'll get to a point where like somebody gets like messed up in a fight, someone gets body in a fight, someone gets like punched out, someone gets stabbed, and like you end up in the hospital. You see the realization of like, yo, we're in the hospital, my homie's in there, like I don't know what I'm about to do, and then like somebody's got to go to work over here, somebody got to go to school over here, somebody lives over here, so like you get a little bit more of the community aspect of it in Tokyo Revengers, so you feel like, okay, these are just middle schoolers in a gang that are just like banging out when it comes to fighting, but you at least see them outside of their livelihoods doing something else. Beaufort, nah, bro, they go to work, they go to sleep, and they go fight. That's it. There's nothing in between. Like,
you said, work where? Who works?
No, well, work was a bad term I'm using there. It should have been sleep.
Like they just patrol the town, like,
and then patrolling the town. Well, technically, if you want to look at that as work, but I think for what we're getting out of Windbreaker, the notion of like, okay, where's the additional world building? I don't think it's there. I look at it true, like I said before, I look at it like New York, where like this is a small town gang and like Jamaica Queens. Like this is like a section in the community in a town where they protect their little block, their little area there. That's everything runs through there.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
We're not gonna get like, we may get to a point where we start
still where the
up
police.
in the scales.
Bro, like these are not like, these aren't your average like, oh, we fucking around playing. Like, these are gangs.
All I keep thinking about when you say that is what's that clip where my man was in the subway? Please,
help, please. Yes, exactly. Because, bro, they out here everyone just be rolling through shit, just breaking up like towns and like there has to be massive insurance claims going on here. The police should be somewhere around here.
Yo,
like the level of destruction and chaos that is constantly being caused by just regular motherfuckers is nuts. Like a police officer has to show up at some point. Something has to be done.
So aside from the world building, because I agree with you, that's not really a strong suit, but I also think that's not really something that they're going for. They're going for hands and just kind of like the relationships between the characters. They got the hands.
I do think they need to work on relationship and character development.
Really? And I was going to say, who do you think
feel that smooth?
Who's your favorite characters? Talk to me about the characters. Who's your favorite character? Who are some of the characters that you think they hit on, and some characters that you think they miss on? Because I got a couple characters that I think they hit on like A1. Like, this is a top tier character for this show. Not top tier character of all time, top tier character for this show.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
that's what
there's a
makes me
single top tier character in this show.
Really?
I really do like Ume.
Okay.
I like him. And bear with me because, like, you know what I mean? I didn't have much time to ponder and think about all of it.
Yeah.
You know, because I kind of I binged it. So there's still a lot for me to kind of like get to in terms of like my thought process on this question. But I like Ume. I like his character. You know, I don't know if his strength is fighting or if it's just like him being just a natural born leader type deal in his within his empathy. Because like old dude that he fought on stage was beating his ass. And if he thought that was the best option, I don't know.
So the part for me with Ume that really kind of cemented me for what I think he may be like a B+ fighter, but he's an A+, S+ leader.
Yeah.
Was like the scene even at the very beginning when they first rolled up to the school and they was up in the garden, and that scene with Sakura felt the aura, bro.
Yes.
Oh my god! See, that was the first moment for me with Windbreaker.
That was a cool moment. That was a cool
moment. What they got here?
Because for starters, there was a moment where he felt like a level of fear that I didn't think I was ever going to see out of him.
Yeah.
Because this one
talking about Sakura.
Yeah, Sakura.
Yeah.
So when he felt the fear of the number one of, I don't know how to say the gang that just lost.
I have to see it to say
She's
it, but
was something
Orange Crush. We're gonna call on the Orange Crush gang.
All right, Orange Crush. So yeah, you know, I felt like when he felt the aura of both of them and he felt that seriousness, like I was like, okay, maybe he is and should be there based off of his fighting abilities.
Yeah,
but I didn't really see it in that fight. But regardless, I think he's a good character. I think I just empathize with the character, a leader that's like seems to be at the top, not for fighting, but for something else in a world where fighting is supposed to be, you know, everything in a sense.
Okay.
But they kind of touched on that a little bit because when the first episode, when Sakura was told by old girl, she was like, "But you can't get to the top, not by yourself, not while you're alone, and like not with that mindset type of deal." So, and seeing him kind of finally understand that and what that looks like was cool too.
So to your point, I think
Sakura as a main character,
he has the most growth.
Yes, I mean he's the main character, but either way, I feel like they don't do it. I guess again, in terms of character development, I feel like it's not done in a way in which I can fully appreciate like the character development that Sakura has had.
Really?
Do I see it? Yes. I don't know if I feel it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that at all because feel it.
That's okay. I feel it's not. It doesn't hit home like the way I feel like it should. For like the points, for the points that they kind of like bring up in terms of like, or not necessarily points, but like the milestones that he like kind of hits to get to where he is now, Sakura being class captain. Like I feel like the points or the milestones those moments don't hit that hard. So then maybe I'm just like okay.
All right, so
I see it. I just don't feel it like I would like another anime. Like I don't know. I can't tell you.
So I feel the reason why I feel it coming from like Sakura's point of view is because he came into Bofuri with such a mindset as
he did.
I've been on my own for so long. I'm a loner. I'm someone who, because of the way I look, has gotten like talked down to my entire life. Now I've built this shell around me as a person, not even just as a fighter, because I know I'm nasty there, but as a person when it comes to reacting and interacting with people. Like I'm hardened because of what I've lived through. And now I'm going to this school that I hear is not only hard like I am, but like hard boiled, like for real. Like I'm going to the school where everybody in it is supposed to be hard boiled. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna wax everybody as a true freshman. I'm gonna go in there. Like his mindset was so wild compared to now. Granted, I never knew he was gonna go in there as a true freshman and do that, but he had that mentality because of everything that he's gotten to. So from him to go from that point, and again, it is a short period of time, but I think that's intentional to show one because he's a tsundere. Can we agree on that? Like he's a tsundere character. So he, because of that, that tells me that it was always in him to want to have that attachment to people, to have that relationship, but it was never shown to him. So the fact that they've used so many different objects, whether it's the relationship building between each other as a gang, the gang looking out for the community in turn repaying that and looking out for the gang because the
I
community
hear you.
loves them.
I agree with I watched it. I understand the story and what they set up.
Absolutely.
I just don't think it hit. Like, I don't know what it is about it that didn't hit the way like it didn't hit for you, but it just didn't. Like,
even with the growth that he's showing as a character to get to the point of, I'm looking out for like my crew, my team. Like, it's not like, even like part of the cool thing about Sakura as a character has been how he was so like, leave me alone, I want to be next to y'all, and they was like, nah bro, we going, like, what you mean, like, we're in this together. So him like almost reluctantly getting to that point, and now he's here in a way that like even surprises him. Like, that's the part that does start to hit for me from his character, because I'll agree with you, not everyone is the greatest, like, character development. It's only been like a season 3 episodes or 2 episodes, so we're not gonna get there with everybody just yet. There are a couple people that I think they're starting to lay the breadcrumbs down for who's going to get the next kind of big boost in character development. But Sakura had to be the first because it's his story. Also, he really was on a far end of the spectrum at the beginning. So I do think
but they kind of broke that up right in the first episode. So it was like, there wasn't like that. Maybe that's where it was. I feel like I said, everything happened a little too fast. Like, like they kind of broke down those walls for him, like in the first episode, like, and it was cool to watch and whatnot. But I felt like right after that, there wasn't much for them to expand or expound on. Like, they should have made that development a little bit slower to get to the point where we're at the end of the season and now he's class captain. I feel like there could have been like maybe less key moments, and then like implemented those key moments like throughout the season and have less of them, because then maybe that development would have hit harder for me. It's just like, bro, you've been like you don't even really hear about like the hair and the eyes and why he was being bullied and all that anymore. And that's cool, but like that was probably 75% of the reason why he was acting cold and whatnot. And then like, cool, like it's not there anymore, but like it feels like he's already grown past all those things so quickly that it doesn't add up. Like, bro, I'm sorry. If I was getting bullied my whole entire life for the way I looked, I'm not getting over it and within a few weeks because like people are nice to me now. Like there's got to be there's a level of trauma here that cannot just be healed by people being nice to you.
Yeah, but I think it's different than just people being nice to him. Because yes, there are people within the community that are being nice, because that's just how that whole section like kind of rocks with the high school.
And they depend on them, but
that's the point, is the fact that it's not just they're being nice to me. It's the fact that they depend on me, and also in return, it gives, I at least looking at it from Sakura's point of view, I think it gives Sakura a level of belief in himself to be like, look, I want to be there for these people. Because he's literally only looked at himself for the entire time. So I'll meet you halfway and say, okay, could the progression of him getting to that point been stretched out a little bit more? Sure. But in return, we got hands, so I'm not complaining. And so because of that, I think where he is now compared to where he was even in episode 1, where he's looking at the community as people he has to look after, because that's how Boferin rolls. That's their thing. You look after the community, you look after the people in your crew. And so for him to be at that point, he couldn't be invested if he wasn't, and he couldn't be invested if it was going to be a slow grind, because he would have always been going back and forth with it. Well, do I really want to be?
I don't think so. I completely disagree with that, because completely disagree with that, because even right now at the end of the season, like he still has the cold mentality or attitude whenever someone does something nice to him. So like
in the Tsundere.
Okay, so but regardless, like, you know what I mean? Like Vegeta made growth and development throughout all the years and whatnot, but he's still Vegeta. You know what I mean? Like, but it's very subtle, the growth, and like, granted, I'm not comparing this to Dragon Ball Z. I'm just saying this is the only character I could think of right now that is extremely cold, but he still gives a lot of that reluctance. So I wouldn't say that like he's this renewed person and has all these things about him. So hold on, let me ask you this.
What you got?
And then maybe I could think differently about our conversation regarding Windbreaker. What would you rate Windbreaker 1 to like 10? As of right now, obviously we only got like a season and a few episodes.
A solid 7.5, like a real solid 7.5.
I give it a 7. So we're around in the same ballpark. Okay.
Yeah, that's like a strong 7.5 because the first season 2, they started season 2 off with a bang. That's why I'm excited for you to get there because season 2 done started off with a bang. That's why it's uptick. It's up. If season 2 continues down this progression, it'll be like an 8.5 very soon. But like I give it a strong 7.5 right now.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoy Windbreaker because, and this is kind of like what I was texting you before, where it's like they got it. I do think Windbreaker got it, but thinking about it from the lens of genre, we talk about genre stuff with anime all the time, especially when we were like talking about the dungeon stuff or talking about like anime that's kind of like the we isekai into a different world or whatever, and sometimes it can get oversaturated. I'm cool getting an anime series if you're gonna give me just hands and that's all you're gonna give me. That's what we talk about all the time with Solo Leveling. That's why I don't get too mad about people saying Solo Leveling is a great.
This has more character development and whatnot than Solo Leveling.
Agreed. Jesus. But my point being is that it's if you're looking at it from the genre type, this is what we're getting. It's the whole premise of this is hands. So I'm fine with the whole premise of this being hands. You know what I mean? So I'm good for that.
Yeah. So I mean, you originally sold this to me. The talking point was not about anything character development or anything like that. So like suspending my judgment, watching this based off of why you told me to watch it, you were spot on. Like 10 out of 10, spot on. I'm thoroughly enjoying the fights. It is really just fucking hands for the most part, and I gotta suspend my judgment a little bit more so I can continuously like enjoy this show the way I began enjoying it. However, it's going to be a little bit difficult if they are trying to give us character development and like not necessarily just character development. It seems like they're trying to give us like quality character development. So I'm going to have to try my best to suspend my judgment just so I can keep enjoying it the way that I have been because I am enjoying it. So yeah, you got that one.
One thing I'll say about Windbreaker, I'm definitely gonna take my point on that. I agree with you there.
No, you can take your point on that.
I'm gonna take my point on that. But the thing that for me with Windbreaker that I've really enjoyed so far, and obviously, like I said, season 2 been hitting crazy on this, but it's been those moments. They have those moments that I think about when I think about old anime that we used to watch growing up, or even certain series now, that there's always that moment or two. We talk about it all the time with Fairy Tail. We know what Fairy Tail is. I was just seeing something. I was seeing something the other day on social when they was talking about something like, oh my god, bro, we know what Fairy Tail is.
Everybody knows what Fairy Tail is.
But Fairy Tail gives you moments that you and I both love, and that's what keeps. And that's not as bad as Fairy Tail,
but I really loved the moments that I loved in Fairy Tail.
And so far, Windbreaker has showed me that it's given me moments that I may not love on the same scale that I may love as like those moments in Fairy Tail yet, but I'm in the place now with those Windbreaker moments, I can see them getting to a point where something hits the fan, we get that moment and that aura, and I'm gonna be like it's going, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be one of those, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Because we saw it with Ume when he was walking out of the joint. We even saw it when they was on stage and the crazy mother the luck dude
kicked the shit out of Kagame.
Oh my god!
He's one of my other favorite characters as of right now too. I don't know how much we're gonna see of him in the future, but I really enjoyed him, and I think he's my favorite because he had the most complex character, kind of like.
Being there for his boy,
and he did everything so much to the point for being there for his boy that he like betrayed himself to and his boy at the same time. And I think that was a complex kind of like not necessarily like character thing, but also just a very intense and like interesting like storyline within it.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's a hard thing to like kind of come to terms with, knowing you're an enabler. You know what I mean? But at the same time, all you wanted to do was be there for them, and and because of that, you enabled them. Yes, and it's like that's terrible. Like, and that's a tough thing. You know what I mean? So I think that was really cool. And I think that ended up making him a very interesting character because he has the ability to, you know, really think about some really just more complex things than what we've seen in other characters.
I got
his overall arc and his interactions with his best friend, you know what I mean, and having him come to the realization of him making those mistakes was really nice, and it was really cool. And we got a little bit more of him than we did like the crazy motherfucker, because I can't remember his name. But like again, like I just to rewind this just really quickly because I'm kind of running in circles at the moment. Crazy motherfucker got his whole entire arc, you know, fleshed out in like all of an episode. You know what I mean?
But him, there wasn't much story to tell. He crazy. I think the other dude that you was like, I think there was more of a story there because the interaction between the two of them, obviously, like you said, when him becoming an enabler, but also that struggle of like, damn, I'm doing this for somebody that I care about because I want them to reach their goal. But then once they get their goal, they flip up, and now you stuck. You're like, all right, well, I guess we here now. So I think that was the strongest story of season 1. I'll be honest. I definitely think that. And now obviously, because I mean, him and Sakura fall. So that was always going to be like the highlight for us as the viewer.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that being the strongest part. I still can see the dude getting kicked in my head because it happened like,
bro, he kicked him so fast too. He's a pound. He just flew. And he just one thing that really kills me too is when a motherfucker get laid out in this show, their body is crazy crumpled, yo. I'd be cracking up, boy.
Crumpled is insane.
They're crumpled.
It's not even Yamcha. It's like you ever see
it's not Yamcha. Yamcha was comfortable in his KO.
Nah, you ever see where it was an episode of like or a clip of Family Guy where like Peter fell asleep on Lois,
or just whenever he falls on the stairs or something like that, and his arm is all twisted and shit. Like that's how motherfuckers be looking at this shit.
Yo, that's crazy. I like and obviously keep watching with season 2. Season 2, like I said, has had such a really strong start for Windbreaker, but Windbreaker for me has been one of those really enjoyable series. Like I said, 7.5. It's not going to be anime of the year, but I'm sitting down enjoying the hell out of it. And I will say, my favorite character right now, Hayato, my man with the eye patch, bro. Too smooth. Too smooth.
The too gentleman. Smooth. He's a gentleman.
Yes, too smooth with it, bro.
He's a gentleman.
Too smooth with it. Just go sit here. I ain't gonna make.
I feel like you like him now, but I feel like your favorite character is gonna end up being the dude with the headphones. I don't know why.
I do love the dude with the headphones. I ain't gonna, he's up there with the headphones and the we just got a little bit of him as far as like his story in season.
And he's like Sakura a little bit, at least from what I can see now.
Yeah, keep watching. It's gonna be good because I said he comes back around in season 2, and I do enjoy the relationship between him and Sakura because they start to flesh that out a little bit more. But I'm happy that you on this Windbreaker kick, bro, and I'm enjoyable. I'm enjoying this. I'm hopefully you enjoying this too. I'm glad you here with me.
I'm gonna keep watching. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
It's definitely worth it. But man, what else you had this week, bro? We had a couple that have been top of mind. Oh, I do want to hit something real quick. We can hit something. I do want to hit this real quick because we can go on to obviously more things at the end of this because we could talk One Piece, we could talk a bunch of other stuff. But I want to get this real quick because this was news that came out. Talk to me a little bit about your take for JoJo's. The announcement for JoJo's.
I knew you're gonna bring JoJo's up.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm not excited for JoJo's, and that's not a negative. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, it's not a negative. It's just that I've been
help me understand how that's not a negative. AU.
Me not being excited for something doesn't mean I'm like, you know, I think like negative about it. It's just like I'm not excited. That's it. JoJo. It's just like so. Let me explain why. We've been rolling with the Joestars for a long time now, and so I know that timeline is over with, and like I was also at peace with that. If JoJo's ended where it ended, like I was at peace with that, and I remember saying, like, you know,
the series,
yes, as a series, okay. I felt like also like the series was over too, and I remember saying this, you know, a while back. That was, and I remember saying to you because you didn't watch it, and I had watched it, and I was like, you need to watch this, and I said to you, I remember verbatim, I was like, that was the most JoJo's ending that it could have possibly
talking about
have
Stone
had.
Ocean?
Yes.
Stone Ocean was
and
such
so,
a JoJo's ending.
It was the most JoJo's ending you could possibly have. And I was at peace with that. I was satisfied.
But
you know what I mean? So I know there's more to it, but like I was at peace because one, it ended in the most JoJo's fashion, but two, again, just we've been rolling with the Joestar line for so long.
Are you tired of the Joestar line?
No, but like that was our Joestar line. All the connections and whatnot, and now we got to build it all up again. So it's not that I'm saying that like I won't go down this journey, down this rabbit hole, and enjoy this journey. Like I'm not going in with negative views or like with or have like a negative mindset about it. It's just I was satisfied. So I'm not excited for this because I was already satiated with JoJo's. So when it comes out and it drops, you know, I'm pretty sure I'll be right back in again. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I'm suspending my judgment.
Okay.
I'm 1000%.
You going in with fresh judgment
because I don't want to come in negatively. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So, and I also don't want to go in excited and be disappointed. So I'm just going to let JoJo sit wherever the hell it's sitting right now, somewhere in the back of my mind. And when it drops, I'm going to catch the first episode and we're going to see what's up.
So one thing I want to talk to you a little bit about, and you started talking about Stone Ocean. And Stone Ocean was, and like AU had mentioned, he had finished Stone Ocean well before I did. It was like some months.
Yeah.
Because I always take longer to finish JoJo series. I don't know what it is. I like to binge them. But like I like to binge them for a while, and then something like real bizarre happened. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a break from y'all. Y'all doing some frogs just fell out the sky, bro.
Nope, not me. That's what draws me in. The bizarre shit. That's why I love it. I mean, it's really a bizarre adventure.
But like Stone Ocean, to your point, was something that has such a JoJo's ending, but I called bullshit on it just because I didn't feel satisfied. I'll say that. I understood the ending being what it was. In a way, I'll even say this. I'll even meet you halfway with this. In a way, I'll say it wasn't a bad ending. I actually think for the world that JoJo has brought to this point, it was a very strong ending for that world.
I
did not like it. So because I did not like it, and because I want more JoJo's, I am so excited. What's it called? Steel Ball Run or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
So hyped for the new season of JoJo's because I want more JoJo's. I want more characters. I want more things that like, because each season of JoJo's that has gone on, I've enjoyed, with the exception of season 2 to season 3. No, I'm not even going to say from the Joestars. With the exception of season 2 to season 3, because Joseph Joestar is like my favorite Joestar, and Jotaro is obviously, Jotaro. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's that's a Joestar.
Sorry, you said Jotaro and all. I thought it was Hamtaro, and then
that's why I switched it up the second time, because somebody been talking about Hamtaro. I think it was Rob was on the timeline talking about Hamtaro, because that joint's been stuck in my head now. But going back to what I was saying, every Joestar that we've gotten, like, in progressively, I've almost enjoyed more than the previous Joestar. Obviously, with the exception of season 2 to season 3, because I think Josuke was great. I love Josuke, but also Diamond is Unbreakable is my favorite.
Is your favorite?
It's my favorite Joestar season. But Josuke was a great Joestar. I know you don't like Giorno. I like Giorno. I know you don't like Giorno because
Giorno's not a Joestar.
Well, he's not a Joestar, but he's in the Joestar body, even though he's Dio's kid. I associate him as the main character. So even though he's not a Joestar, he's
a part of the story.
Yeah,
but he's not a Joestar.
He's not a Joestar, but like he's the main character. So fine, I'll say like that. The main character.
His power was so busted. It was hard for me to like just enjoy it. It was just like
so busted.
It made the stakes just feel just non-existent all the time.
Listen, somebody got to be Sung Jin Woo in this joint. Somebody got to be that person in that universe. It's gonna be Giorno. And you already know where I'm at with old girl.
Bro, their whole timeline just like ended.
I know,
crazy.
but I think
Giorno stop that.
I mean, Jolene did, like, with Jolene's character, that's where like the timeline got all screwy or completely finished or whatever. Yeah. But even like, what was the kid's name? Leorio? Or was it Leorio? No, it wasn't Leorio. What was the kid's name?
I know what you're saying.
The baseball kid's name. It was something with it was like a
Leorio.
It
was something along those lines.
Yeah, so I'm not crazy calling him Leorio. I know he's not from Hunter x Hunter, but it's his character coming into that new world is going to be similar to like when we saw Pauline when we were messing with Giorno. It's going to be, I think that's going to be the connecting blade between the two worlds, because to our knowledge, he's the only one that remembered. I would think he remembers. I got to go back and watch the end of it, but I thought he remembered at the end, because he was like, yo, where am I? Type joint. And like he recognized everyone, like, hey, I know you, I know. So I do. If I may be wrong on that, clap me in the comments if I'm wrong. Come get me in the comments if I'm wrong. But like, I do want to see that. I do want to see if that's a thing. I'm excited for it though. I'm excited to see what the world's gonna be. I'm excited to see the new stands. I'm excited to see the new characters. I'm excited to see the new bizarre shit. I wanted to see who's gonna be the new villain. Unless Dio's hatred can transcend dimensions.
No. No.
Bro, if Dio's hatred can transcend dimensions, though. Let's talk about that for a second. If Dio's
based off of the way Geo, like, and his power went, he might still be relevant.
Fair.
Because like, what Giorno's Giorno
Golden Wind basically doesn't like recreate everything from like no matter what happens to it, what form it takes, he can kind of basically switch it to whatever he wants or however he wants it to do.
Gold experience, which grants him the ability to give life to inanimate objects.
Yep.
This allows him to create living organisms, objects, whatever, yada yada.
Like alchemy on steroids.
Gold experience can reflect damage back onto the attacker, effectively granting Giorno temporary invulnerability. Okay, hold on.
Jojo's.
All right. Gold experience evolves into Gold experience Requiem. It gains the power to revert anything to 0, effectively undoing actions and erasing results. This ability is exactly.
Oh yeah, he's still alive, bro. Jordan might still be alive. Okay, Jordan definitely might still be alive. I get that.
He might have saw that coming and like, that ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah, I see y'all over there. I'll be there
on the flip, bro.
I'll be over there. So Jorno absolutely may still be alive, which again goes into the bizarre adventure of the show, which we love. So again, we don't even know where they about to take this. That's why I'm also excited because unless like we don't, anime only for the most part, we don't really read the manga. I know a lot of people have read the manga and have said that the new season is supposed to be very strong because that obviously in the manga it was. But we don't even know where this show is about to go because we reset. Idea. We've hit reset. And think about just ride with me for a second, AU. Ride with me for a second. Think about all the places we can go with the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series with a clean slate. They gonna be inventing shit, bro. I can't wait.
I hear you. I feel like you're trying to get me excited, and I'm not gonna do it.
Is it?
It's just that because like in the same vein, you might end up making me not excited for it because like, bro, how? Do you really have the mind to create a whole nother power level, a whole nother system of powers that is equally as fun as the stands?
But see, I
think
you
know what I mean. Like, so it's like
stands. I think it'll be stands, but I think they'll still be able to like interact stands in a different way.
But
like
how?
Stands,
that's a whole different dimension.
I mean, stands can evolve. We've seen stands evolve before. Maybe we see.
I feel like there shouldn't be no stands anywhere, in any of it.
But we don't know. We don't know.
I know we don't, but I'm just saying I feel like there shouldn't be.
But that don't excite you that we don't know? No. Really? Come on, AU. Bro.
I was satisfied. I was satisfied.
Where's your childlike wonder, bro?
I had enough. Like it gave me a lot of childlike wonder. I was childliked out, honestly. So we're gonna see.
All right, we gonna have to see.
I got nothing. It just feels like also too like because now we're here. It's like, is this shit ever gonna end, or is this nigga just gonna go and just continuously create JoJo's Bizarre Adventure forever?
So I'm cool with it if it gets another.
Like, how could it even end? The shit just ended and is back.
To be fair, you're right. It may not be able to end in a certain way, but like in the way that we're thinking in a generic, like, okay, hey, we're having a, here was the start, here's the end, boom, we're done.
Are we getting like the Marvel Cinematic Universe of like
anime? Hey, I mean, look, if we got parallel dimensions, parallel universes, I honestly would not be surprised if like the alien thing comes back around and we actually start like squaring off with people in space. Like, I
don't know. All right, no, we're wrapping this topic up because you about to talk me into being like, I don't want to watch this.
I was about to say no because I'm thinking about all the crazy stuff, bro. We on a horse. It's about to be Cowboys versus aliens, bro. Cowboys versus aliens. Yo, come on, we get Cowboys versus aliens, JoJo. You ain't gonna be excited for Cowboys versus aliens, JoJo. Come on.
I'm disgusted.
All right, fine. What else? What else was on the docket, bro? What else was out there? Fire Force. What'd you think of Fire Force?
I forgot about it.
Damn.
I watched it and forgot about it, and that doesn't mean it was bad. It's just
we're still building up.
I didn't
We're
get
still building
anything.
up. We're still building.
We still building, but bro,
we're still building.
Y'all gotta give us something for like how many episodes are in this season? Hold on.
It's doing 2 cores. It's going to do 2 cores. So I think the
2 cores?
first core is 12. The second core is going to be 12. So I think we're going to get. I think the second core comes back in like the fall. So I think it's going to go from like now until probably like, what is that, like July? And then take like a 2-month break. 24 episodes for the first core or 24 episodes for the whole season?
Total. 12.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was about to say. I was like, the first core at 24.
Oh, they're saying the second is probably 2026.
Boo.
January.
Okay. I can live with that. All right. That's barely 2026.
Yeah, that's not
just
bad.
right there. So all right, you fine.
That's not bad at all.
I did catch speaking of like what we were talking about with the anime awards, I did want to catch a couple of like the anime of the year that I hadn't watched. We talked about it last week, Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah, you did say you were gonna catch that.
Bro, I'm 13.
I couldn't get on that because I was obviously watching Windbreaker.
I'm 13 episodes in on Apothecary Diaries. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with my whole chest. It's not the best anime of the year, but it's damn good.
It's good?
It's damn good, bro. It's not better than Free. Free Run for me is
the
best anime.
I did end up reading the description.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of it. I like the idea of it.
And they execute it well. They executed well because I didn't love the idea about Apothecary Diaries. I'm not gonna lie. When I got into that very first episode, it was something that I was like, all right, we'll see what we got here. I was like, we'll see. Not because I'm like, oh, it's no action. Nah, I was just like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be very gripping to me.
Yeah.
But Mao Mao as a main character, bro, A1. She's an A1 main character. She's an A1. She's an A1 main character. And it's not even from the standpoint of like, you know how Freerin, because she does remind me of Freerin as a MC. We was having that conversation a couple pods ago when we were like, Freerin might be the first of a like new generation of character. Mm-hmm. Mao Mao seems like she might be from the Freerin tree. I will at least make a connection there. That is because the way Freerin was crazy about spells.
Apothecary Diaries has been out longer, right?
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying that's where it's coming in. I don't know. I don't remember what drop when, but at least
no. I mean
the correlation that I'm getting.
Manga sense, not
anime. Your guess is as good as mine. But I look at it like this. Her character as someone who with Freerin was crazy about spells and was like, oh my god, I want to do.
Yeah, she's crazy about just something else.
Yeah, exactly, and it's well done.
Yeah, I remember reading the description, and that was like the whole kind of idea about it. It seems like from the description, at least, that's what that Apothecary Diaries is more so focused on, where Freerin is about something else.
So here's the thing that also
her being obsessed with spells is like a part of like her character within the show, whereas Apothecary Diaries, and correct me if I'm wrong, obviously the show seems more about her obsession with what she does.
It's the obsession with what she does and where she is as a character in the story, like where her character gets plopped down in this world and how she uses her expertise to navigate through her world as the lowest of low-level Dumbledores. The lowest.
Okay.
So that part is cool. And the thing that has gripped me about this show has been the suspenseful moments that they throw in there.
Okay.
Like the switch in tones that they're able to do has been the best part about this series because as a whole, you'll get what feels almost like a fun, lighthearted kind of anime series.
And they switch it really well. They're like,
switch it really
well.
Oh my god, it's real now. Like the switch up is crazy. The suspense moments are crazy. The slapstick.
That's what I was gonna say. From what I've seen, I feel like it has a lot of slapstick, although Mao Mao may be similar or comes from the same cloth of Freerin. There wasn't a lot of slapstick in Freerin, whereas I feel like Apothecary Diaries, again, from what I've seen and what I've read at least, it's more upbeat.
That's my
so
point.
that when that switch happens, it's like really it's really encapsulating of like that moment and the seriousness of it. All right.
It's a good watch. It's a good watch. And I will say, as far as the slapstick is concerned, they had a slapstick part where I was watching it. I think it was like episode 9 or something last night. Because I said I got locked in this week, and I may end up catching it before the end of the before the end of the week, because I definitely got locked in. But bro, they had a scene where one of the slapsticks hit in this last episode I was watching. I cried, bro. I cried. I had to stop. Yo, Serena looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No," because the way and they held the slapstick for the entire scene. That's the part that got me, was that the slapstick, like I thought it was gonna be like those haha slapstick moment. All right, now we're back. No, bro, the slapstick was going on until the episode ended.
It was a running thing.
It took me out, bro. Oh my god, it was so funny. So that's what it's not the best anime of this past year. It's just not, because it's not better than Frieren. I do think and I say this understanding what I'm saying because of how much I did enjoy it. I do think it may be better than Kaiju number 8. I will say that.
I'll have to. I think I need to rewatch Kaiju number 8 in general, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like I read the manga first before I watched the anime.
Yep.
So like I'm familiar with the story and everything, but I think I need to rewatch the anime to see how well done it was.
Mm-hmm. No, and I got you. I watched it twice. So I watched it in English and I watched it in Japanese. Watched it in Japanese solo, obviously.
Oh, you watched it in English? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sarita watched it. So we watched it. We watched it in English. So, and she loved it. She did. She loved Kaiju number 8. So that's where I was like, all right, perfect. We can kind of navigate this a little bit from here. But dude, I think it could be Apothecary Diaries the second best anime I've seen this year. I could put it in the running for second best, because Solo Leveling is probably going to be
it's up there, like in terms of like what people. I heard about Apothecary Diaries a lot. I heard about Apothecary Diaries more than I heard about Frieren.
Low key, yes.
And that's interesting because like it's kind of goes back to like my gripe with Solo Leveling somehow being nominated for Anime of the Year by the Crunchyroll Awards, because like come on, like what is this
hype train?
Hype train.
That's what it is.
But yeah, I heard about Apothecary Diaries more than I heard about Frieren, and Frieren was obviously, I don't even need to get into that. So if you're saying it's cut from the same cloth and really up there in that upper echelon of greatness, I'm gonna have to get on for sure. I'm gonna have to get on like this week.
I put it to you like this. I think if Frieren doesn't come out, this probably wins Anime of the Year almost every other year. It's an Anime of the Year candidate almost every other year, and it probably wins most years. This is just one of those years where we talk about Frieren being an anime that is all-time great. Like Frieren's in that all-time great category. Apothecary Diaries, I can confidently say, I think would win Anime of the Year in almost every year that it would be nominated, with the exception of like those years where it has something like all-time great. Like it's not winning the year AOT come out. It's not winning the year this come out. You know what I mean? So I that's how much I've not only enjoyed the series, been pleasantly surprised by the series.
Let's see.
And been invested in the series. That's what I'm saying. Bro, hold tight. I'm invested in Apothecary Diaries.
I hear you. Hold tight, because you made a bold statement.
No, I understand.
Hold on.
I'm gonna stand 10 toes on
2018 second ceremony. I never watched Made in Abyss. I think you did.
I did watch Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss was good. Apothecary Diaries is better.
Okay. 2019 Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby is better. Let's keep it going. Devilman Crybaby is better.
2020 Demon Slayer. And that is the year of Demon. I know.
If that's Entertainment District, then Entertainment District.
We on some ish.
If it's
season 3 is what? Hold on one second.
Season 3, I think, was Entertainment District, if I'm being honest with you.
I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure that wasn't. But hold on.
If it was, what was the one before Entertainment District? Because
that was Mugen Train season 3. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't love Mugen Train. I didn't love.
Unless I'm absolutely absurd and insane. Hold on one second.
As more time has gone by, and I've watched Mugen Train a few times now.
Okay,
I don't love Mugen Train. The fight at the end of Mugen Train.
Season 4. May 24, 2024. Okay. Season 3, Demon Slayer Season 3 premiered. What year? Why is this not giving me? That was 2023. Honestly, I think it was Season 1
of Demon Slayer.
Yeah, and I mean,
Apothecary Diaries is better than season one.
We can't say that though, because not what you're saying. I just mean I thought you were about to say some bullshit, so I was trying to preemptively catch you, because season 1 was really fucking good, and it had a big hype train too.
It was. The hype train made it. Obviously, season 1 of Demon Slayer, Entertainment District of Demon Slayer, the 2 best seasons of Demon Slayer. Again, I have an Entertainment District above that. Okay. Apothecary Diaries. I'll say it like this. I'll say Apothecary Diaries should win that year, but if it doesn't win that year, I can't get mad about it. But it should win that year.
Okay. 2021, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Nah, JJK. I'll give
okay.
JJK.
2022, Attack on Titan, final season.
AOT.
2023, Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Love Cyberpunk Edge Runner. I love Cyberpunk Edge Runner. I think Apothecary Diaries is better.
Whoa, see, that's a bold motherfucking statement.
I love, you know how I love Cyberpunk.
2024, Jujutsu Kaisen.
JJK. JJK gonna win every year. It's up there. I think I look at JJK in like that AOT way, where it's like JJK gonna win every year. It's up there.
What are you gonna see about that Cyberpunk Edge Runner? So I'm gonna have to watch this now.
So I look at it like this: Cyberpunk Edge Runner gave us a lot in a small amount of time, where it wasn't a great series. It was like one of those, like, oh my god, like you felt after you finished Cyberpunk Edge Runner. The way I'm watching Apothecary Diaries and the way that I'm breaking down this entire series, I love the way that the characters are interacting. I love the historical setting that we're in. I love the fact that within that historical setting, that ecosystem that they're working within, she has to navigate all of that while being an expert at what she does, her craft of being an apothecary, and how she turns into using fucking all the stuff that she has. She turns into almost like a forensic scientist at these scenes to try and make it all fit together. So then it goes from being like a scientific kind of drama into like a murder mystery kind of drama. And they kind of they literally interweave that sort of flow within the series, goes constantly throughout in a way that you are like on the edge of your seat every time. Like, yo, who did this? Why? My first question came with Apothecary Diaries: why everybody getting poisoned? But other than that, it's literally like, who did this? It turns into a murder mystery in an episode with this low-level Dumbledore that has to kind of navigate in a place where if she screw up, it's a wrap for her, and she knows it. So I have been blown away.
I'm gonna catch it.
I've been blown away by it. So I would say it would be in the top 2 every year, with the exception of years where something amazing comes out. I think it's better than, I think it wins the year Cyberpunk Edge Runner won. I think it wins the year that it could win the year of the first Demon Slayer season. And I think it wins the year of Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss was good. Made in Abyss was dark. Made in Abyss. Oh my God. Made in Abyss made me feel things, bro. Made in Abyss was so not okay.
I never caught that.
Made in Abyss was so not okay at certain points.
Apothecary Diaries on the list. I mean, I was going to catch it anyway, because we did say that we're going to try to at least catch at least some of each anime of the year. So animes. So yeah, it was on the list. But if you're going to throw it that high up there, then I do.
Because like I said, when I look at that series and I look at what else we got on the list, like everything we got on the list this year, this was a great year of anime. Let's keep it a book. This was a great year of anime with the top tier shows that we've got up for anime of the year. Each one of them hit in a way, and each one of them almost had like a hype to it, and they delivered on the hype. I know Dan didn't delivered on the hype. All the hype Dan delivered on the hype.
I mean, bro, we got sleepers last year too that we kind of really forgot about.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's hilarious, if I'm being honest with you. We got other, like, this is a sleeper, not nowhere near upper echelon anime, but Mashle was fun, man.
See, I got to get back on Mashle. Mashle is fun, but I got to get back on Mashle.
Oh, you didn't finish the season?
Nah, bro.
You definitely should have finished the season.
I gotta go back to like season 1. Like, I don't even know.
You definitely should.
Season 1 of Mashle. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Because Mashle, the thing for me with Mashle is that Mashle, like, once Mashle stops like making me laugh hysterical, I can't take it serious. Like, Mashle has to make me laugh the entire way through.
Nah, but if you keep Was Mashle 2024 or was it 2023? Now I'm like doubting myself.
I think Mashle was 24. I think it was early 24.
Yeah, I thought it was early 24 as well.
Yeah, because it had the bing bang bang bing bang
Yeah,
bang bing
it was
bang
definitely
bang. So I was like, oh, it's 2024 because that song was everywhere. That's how I said they hit on 2 songs this year. I think what's it called? That group's up for 2 original like songs of the year for the Anime Awards because they had Bring Bang and they had dan 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 dan
yes.
dan dan. So that's what I'm saying. Like they hit 2 bangers. They hit 2 bangers in a year, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they called a check.
The crazy check. Crazy. Because I know both of those songs went viral, bro. Both of those songs went like double, triple platinum in my playlist.
Facts.
Especially, bro. I was dancing to it and everything. Like, come on. So I thought we had a really great year. I did. We thought we had a really good year, but I think Apothecary Diaries. So yeah, if I'm ranking these, I would put. All right, hold on. I got you right now because now
Delicious Dungeon was good too, but
that's the last one I got.
That's the other one.
You gotta catch Delicious and Dungeon. Let me see. Hold on. Anime of the year because I do want to go ahead and rank these. I want to rank the top anime of the year based off of what we had because I want to get your rank and I want to rank mine based off of what
I didn't even do that. If I'm being honest with you.
I'll rank mine. I'll get your take on it because again, sitting here looking at Delicious and Dungeon. Ooh, Studio Trigger. I didn't realize that. I didn't know Studio Trigger did Delicious and Dungeon. Okay.
No, did I.
So taking that one aside because that's the one I haven't watched. Between Dandadan, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, Apothecary Diaries, and Freerin, I would probably rank these Freerin 1, Apothecary Diaries 2, Solo Leveling 3, Kaiju number 8, 4, Dandadan 5.
Hold on.
That's probably what I would go. Looking at it right now, I would go Freerin 1, Apothecary Diaries 2, Solo Leveling 3,
Anime of the year. All right.
Kaiju number 8, 4, Dandadan 5.
Okay. So
and again, I'm abstaining with Delicious and Dungeon just because I haven't watched Delicious and Dungeon yet.
Agreed. If I'm going because I still have to watch Apothecary Diaries and Delicious and Dungeon, so you got a leg up on me.
Yeah. No, you good. Go ahead.
I mean, Solo Leveling is last. That's just a given. That's
last, my boy. Last for real. Last.
Bro, if you're hyping up Apothecary Diaries like that, then I know it's going to be better than Solo Leveling.
It is better than Solo Leveling.
Freerin is better than Solo Leveling.
It is.
Dandadan is better than Solo Leveling. Kaiju number 8 is better than Solo Leveling. I didn't watch Delicious and Dungeon. Like, here's the thing. And I'm just going to double down on shit and just leave it where it is. I don't even want to talk about the shit. Solo Leveling as an anime overall, an anime overall is ass. Like, there is zero story. There is zero, and this is just from what we've watched. So obviously this may turn into something and I might I can change my mind. That's okay.
Yeah, everyone has that right.
So later down the road, if we get better story and character development, I'm on board. But as of right now, from what we've seen, we've got nothing but the fucking phenomenal fights. And I'm fine with that. Don't get me wrong. But you cannot be ranked an anime of the year with only having phenomenal fights. It just, I don't think that's okay. Like, everything that we've mentioned has had good action or fights on top of world building, character development, memorable characters. There ain't no memorable character in Solo Leveling.
Yo, that's it. Wait, did you see that meme where it was like somebody? It was like a TikTok thing going around or a real thing going around. It was like they had you tied up, and it was like, "Yo, I'm gonna let you out if you can name 3 Solo Leveling characters."
Exactly.
It's like, "Yo, easy, Sun Jin Woo, Biru." And it's like, "Wait, none of them characters can be shadows." And you was like, "Oh, God, wait,
bro, it's
all you know is Sun Jin Woo in the shadows." Somebody mentioned it.
It can't be anyone that Sung Jin Woo has killed. How about that? I'll make it even easier.
Oh my God! Like, the wild thing about it has truly been, and I saw a clip about this too on social. It was like Solo Leveling is an incredibly shallow story, and I was like, "That's a great point."
Yes,
that's a great point.
That's what I'm saying. There is no. It's so straightforward, and that's okay. That's okay, and that's 1,000% okay. But it should not be here in this echelon of these great anime.
All time great, potentially all time great. Well, Freerin is all time great. I think we
Freeren's all-time great. If they invested in the
great.
first season and that was it, then like all-time great.
Yeah,
and if you're telling me Apothecary Diaries is cut from the same cloth, it's probably going to be that too. Dan the Dan, it may not be an all-time great, but Dan the Dan was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Straight gas. I thoroughly enjoyed Dan the Dan. I think if Dan the Dan gives me a little bit more heart pull in the next season, I get to go up. I raise it up.
I agree, though. I do need more heart. because they got
give me a little bit more heart pull.
They got the capacity to
they got everything. They even got a great ship going, man.
Yeah,
that ship is fire. I love them together.
They are great.
They're fire. They might be my favorite like couple that I could think of in recent memory.
Ooh, I got to think about that one. That's like right on my alley.
We could think about that. We could talk about that next.
That might be a next. Yeah, that's the next week thing.
In Kaiju number 8, great story, original story. Obviously, everything was made once already, but in terms of what we're watching in Kaiju number 8, it does feel very refreshing. So I'm going to say
it's a unique take on the giant monster genre. Like it's a really unique take.
Because of that, I'm going to say it's original. We got likable characters. We got a cool power system. Other than this nigga leveling up and just beating the fuck out of motherfuckers. Like, you get him saying, like, I just, no. Like, Kaiju number 8 may not deserve to be here in terms of anime of the year. Because I'm thinking about other previous years and I'm comparing it all now since we went down that path.
Yeah.
But for this year, I can see Kaiju number 8 being here.
That's a great way to look at it too, because we did get there organically, but on this list, Kaiju number 8 is not there every year. I think every year is a top 10 anime or a top anime of the year candidate, and I love Kaiju number 8.
It may not be there every year.
It may not be there every year. Solo Leveling there every year. I can make the argument that it is, but I don't think I can definitively say Solo Leveling is there every single year. I think Freeren's there every single year. I think Apothecary Diaries is there every single year. I haven't seen Delicious Dungeon, so I'm obviously suspended judgment. And I think Dan is there most years. And the only reason why I say that is because I think a lot of people aren't in love with like the age and some of the ways that they talk about things in Dan. I think that turned a lot of people off. I'm not knocking it if it does, but like if I think that might hurt it as an overall series sometimes, is that when people go like, all right, let's keep it a buck. They're going around trying to find.
I want to go on this list really quick. I hate to cut you. I just want to go on this list really quick. This is 2016. Hold on. One sec. I just had this filtered correctly and then I lost it. Apologies.
Damn, bro.
I know.
You had it looking good. You had it looking right.
Fucking up heavily. All right. This is 2016.
Okay.
2016. 2017. We had Yuri on Ice, Mob Psycho, Erased, My Hero Academia. That was peak My Hero Academia at that point in time. Wait, is this the list, dude?
Because I was going to say, I was like, Erase. Because I was like, Erase.
No. This might not be the list. I don't know why it's showing it like this. I had it filtered correctly, and then it just like...
Yo, low-key, while you do that, can I do a quick...
No, do your thing.
I want to do a thing on Erase. Because I enjoyed Erase, and I thought Erase was a good series. I know people love Erase, but for me, I knew who the villain was in Erase. I knew who kidnapped old girl very early in the series. So for that, it ruined it for me the rest of the way, because I had already figured out the mystery by like episode 4. So
that's
like,
a tragedy.
Oh my God, it was so bad because Erase was good. Like Erase was good, but because I figured it out so early, and it lost the suspense for me at any point. Like I knew who it was. Like it might even be episode 2 or 3. Like as soon as they started to like introduce this character and he would come around, I was like, oh, I know that's the dude. Oh, that's the dude who kidnapped her. Like I was already there, so it really left the rest of Erase incredibly underwhelming for me. But I know a lot of people like Erase.
All right,
I thought it was good, but underwhelming because I knew
2017. All right, we got Descending Stories, Showa. I've never watched this one, if I'm being completely honest with you. Erased, Joker Game, Cavalry of the Iron Fortress, which I heard good things about. Never watched it. I've
seen a movie. I saw the movie.
Something
randomly.
like that.
I saw you were watching the movie. I think
it might have been me. That's what I said.
You
I
were watching
vaguely,
the movie.
like,
and it was
something
fire.
about
Those are the same people that made AOT.
Yes, and you get that. Mob Psycho 100, My Hero Academia, RE0. That was 2017.
My Hero wins that year. The first season of My Hero wins.
I'm just comparing it into like when we talk about out of the list that we said, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling. Honestly, I can see Kaiju number 8 and Solo Leveling being thrown in there potentially
this year. Yes, absolutely.
So, okay, let's see. This is 2018. Oh wow, Descending Stories made it into 2018 too. Oof, might have to catch that.
Descending Stories.
Showa Genroku. I'm not gonna fully attempt to complete that.
Wait. Actually, no, I haven't seen this. I don't even know what this is on.
It might have to be a watch. So if it's in the anime of the year twice, 2017, 2018, Land of the Lustrous, never watched it, have seen it a bunch of times, like pop up on my stuff. Okay. Little Witch Academia, which I did catch that. I enjoyed that. I had a fun time with that. Okay. March Comes In Like a Lion, never seen it, so I can't really speak on it too much. And My Hero Season 2 came back anime of the year too.
Okay.
So all right.
What you got the next year? Hold on. I'm
I
here
can
now.
see Kaiju number 8 and Solo Leveling potentially going in there as well. And this is where I think the Crunchyroll Anime Awards start getting a little bit more hard, a little bit more press. This is third. All right. This is 2018.
Okay.
A Place Further Than the Universe, which I've read a lot about. This is done by Madhouse on Twitter when it first came out. Megalobox, Fire.
Ooh. Okay.
I loved Megalobox. I know you didn't catch it all, but I still go back and say you should watch that.
Yeah, I think I will. Because
Violet Evergarden.
Violet Evergarden. Oh my God. I've seen that. Violet Evergarden is beautiful.
Devilman Crybaby.
Okay.
And Zombieland Saga.
What was that last one?
Zombieland Saga. I didn't really see that.
I remember when
I didn't really hear anything about it.
No, I remember when that one came out. I didn't catch it, but yeah, Violet Evergarden, we talked about that one before. Violet Evergarden was just, that is one of the, like, I could close my eyes and see Violet Evergarden. Like the whole scenery and the way that animation was done, that's by far the most beautiful animation I may have ever seen. Like I don't know, because
we about to go on this and you have to suspend your judgment on one of these. Don't bring up shit. Because I know you're gonna want to bring up some shit as soon as I say the name. This is 2020. Demon Slayer 1. Carol and Tuesday, Studio Bones, never watched it.
Carol and Tuesday, I've seen
Carol and Tuesday. Sorry, why did I say that?
No, I've seen Carol. Yes, Carol and Tuesday.
I never watched it.
I've seen a couple.
I'm Psycho.
Okay,
season 2. Oh Maiden and Your Savage Season. Heard about it, didn't watch. Promise Neverland, Suspend Your Judgment. We know season 2 was what season 2 was.
But it's season
1.
Yeah, this is season 1.
Promise Neverland, and we had Vinland Saga.
Season 1 Vinland Saga.
Yes. So now we get into, that's what I'm saying. We get into that upper echelon now. It's getting real crazy.
Solo Leveling Kaiju Neverland may not make it this year. This is the first year I can
Kaiju number 8, I think, can make it. I think it's a debate, but it can make it.
I think if Solo Leveling doesn't make it this year, I don't think Solo
Leveling definitely don't make it. But Kaiju number 8, I can definitely see making it. I can see it making there.
This is definitely a year where Apothecary Diaries may win, though. I'll say that. Yeah,
interesting. Now we got, this is 2020. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay.
Beastars.
Okay.
Really good. Dorohedoro. Even good too.
Okay. Yo, they got season 2 coming out. Let's go. Sorry.
Great Pretender. Never watched, but I heard really good things about it.
I thought you did watch the Great Pretender.
Nope, I didn't watch Great Pretender. I wanted to. I remember wanting to watch it. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I did not watch that.
It was good.
I did not watch the Great Pretender. I don't know this one, but it actually looks crazy. Apere, Ramen.
I'm not sure. I just know half Ramen.
I don't know. This looks nuts though.
And
keep your hands off of I don't even know how to pronounce that. Izukin?
I'm not sure. I gotta see it too.
I think it might be that. But either way, I feel like it's upping. You get what I'm saying? Like we going up 2021. Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi was good. Ranking of Kings. Okay. Like Sunny Boy, never heard of that, but
really,
it could be fire.
Yeah.
In 86, A1 Pictures.
Oh my god. Okay, this is a year. I'll be honest with you. This is a year only Freerun gets in. This is a year only
This was a
Freerun.
crazy.
This
This
is
was.
a year.
I
That's a
don't know
year only
Sunny Boy,
Freerun
but
gets
I
in.
know about the other ones.
Nah,
So
that's a year.
that's a nutty year.
Only Freerun gets in. Only Freerun gets in from
All right,
the anime going on right
2023.
now. Freerun's the only one that gets into that class. Holy cow.
2023 Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Attack
Okay.
on Titan, the season 2, Demon Slayer,
Okay.
Ranking of Kings, Core 2, Spy Family. I don't know Licorice Recoil. Licorice Recoil. Don't know. I don't know that one.
Wild animation.
Okay,
Crazy
nice.
animation, crazy fight choreography. She's like a cyborg, and wild.
And then obviously we have 2023. We got some crazy stuff in there. Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Oshino Koi, Vinland Saga Season 2, Jujutsu Kaisen. And I don't know Bocchi the Rock. So
Bocchi the Rock was good. Bocchi the Rock is like, I don't know if you would like Bocchi the Rock, if I could keep it a buck. It's like a little girl who's mad shy, who like loves to play the guitar, and then she goes to like a school and like joins a band or like creates a band, and now she's like coming out of her show. Yeah. And I was like, I watched Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock was good. It's like, it looks like the kind of the animation with what's the, you remember that wild anime where like the principal tackled the deer?
Yes.
It's like kind of that style of animation. It's like that. It's like that. Dude, anime awards have gotten stronger and stronger.
They've gotten stronger and
stronger each year. I will sit here and still stand on the fact that I think Freerun and Apothecary Diaries are nominated the vast majority of those years with that one year. That 1 year was insane.
Agreed.
That 1 year was, that 1 year, I'm telling you, only Freerun gets into that. And I don't even know if Freerun wins that year because depending on what season of JJ, I think
Dan gets in a lot too.
Does Dan get in a lot?
I think it gets in a lot, not like all the time, but it definitely gets in.
Got a lot of popularity. That's the big thing with Dan.
It does, but like it's rightfully so. It's like it's understandable. I understand why it has the popularity. It's not just a hype train.
No, like Solo Leveling is a hype train. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what Solo.
I hope it changes around. I hope Solo Leveling shoves his foot so far down my goddamn throat and says, "Bro, eat all of that."
All of this really good like story and these complex characters, and we're gonna give you the shadow backstories, and y'all not even ready for that.
Oh my god! I pray they do more. I'm gonna keep tuning in again, just to reiterate that I'm gonna keep doing it. And them fights are elite. So
two things can be true. Solo Leveling can be a all-time great beat 'em up. It can be a all-time entertaining anime. It could be one of those that even if it's your favorite, especially if you knew the anime, like, yo, what is all like this? Then yes, come on the couch. Like, we appreciate you. Like, you can enjoy Solo Leveling. We're not saying that, but it is shallow.
Let's just call it. Let's keep it a buck.
Let's
be
Solo
realistic
Leveling
about
come up to my ankle, bro. Let's keep it a buck. I can walk in that joint and it come up to my ankle. So like
I can still see my feet when I step in the water.
I can still see my feet in the Solo Leveling water. I really can. So
with that being stated, talking about fights and whatnot, elite level of fighting, animation as well. Animation is top tier. Love the choreography of the fights and whatnot. Speaking of, just because I know we're coming up on time shortly, my boy Luffy put the fucking brakes away.
Facts.
He put the brakes away. And that is something that I have really, really been enjoying in my rewatch of One Piece. Watching Luffy's progression to becoming who he is as not only a captain, but putting away learning the ability to put away his fucking like everything is a joke mentality.
Yeah, when things gotta hit the fan.
Fire. When shit hit the fan now, we know that Luffy ain't talking.
No, he locks in, bro. He saw Kizaru and that was it. He touched down and said, "Yup, it's on site, nigga. What's up with it?" First and foremost, you gonna remember me. Secondly, you think you got time to talk? Nah.
You wait. You think I'm still a scrub?
Because here's the thing that gets me is like, Kizaru, you know why you here. I know why you here. There's nothing else that we need to say to each other. Let's go.
Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it. And then two, and I said it last episode, One Piece put their nuts on the table. They going hard with the animation.
I've been very pleasantly surprised because, like I said last week, I was shocked that the statement of like, "Oh, we're gonna give y'all even better animation." I was like, "How y'all gonna give me better animation than what y'all have already given me?" Like, we've gotten A tier stuff so far. They're giving us S plus. We've got an S plus tier. Luffy's moment.
I didn't think I was ever gonna see that for One Piece.
We talked about it.
I didn't think they cared enough.
Him like red rushing towards Dog Kizaru, like seeing that in real time and seeing like the way that the animation came, the electric, the red, the power, the kick. Even Kizaru was like, "Bro, yo, what you doing? Like, we talk first." Like,
he's like, we ain't got nothing to say. He said, "That's rude, bro." No. Luffy touchdown, no smile, no nothing, and said, "Yup."
So let me ask you this: how you feel about Sentomaru? Sentomaru. Listen.
I fucked with him. I think everybody always collectively fucked with him.
Okay.
But seeing him be able to make that shift of like, or have the ability and the mindset to not be a bot, is refreshing. Because in every character that we get like that in the Navy, we love.
Yes, we
love Smoker.
The ones that are not bots.
We love Smoker. We love Sentomaru. We obviously love my boy, the Inheritor,
Kobe,
the Inheritor,
Garp,
the glowest of glow ups.
Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah,
come on, man. Like everyone that could think for themselves, even Fujitora.
Yeah, Fujitoro is. I do like Fujitoro.
They told him don't come back home until you capture until you capture him.
Yeah,
I really liked it. I also liked seeing his power up, being able to even stand toe to toe to some degree with the Admiral. You got to give him some respect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I didn't think he developed that much.
So here's the thing. I never thought he was going to win the fight.
No.
I didn't even think he was going to slow him down. The fight went about how I thought it was going to go. I'll be completely honest.
I wanted to see a bit more.
Nah, it went exactly how, because that's not supposed to be.
It did. That's not supposed to be a match. It went exactly how I expected it to. Yeah. But I was hoping for a bit more, especially when my boy was like, "I got the best defense." I bet, bro. I want to see him tank some shit.
But here's
that's okay.
You can't tank light, bro. You can't take light. You can't tank it. You cannot. And that's where I thought, like I said, the fight was in a hole anyway, and I thought Kizaru even let it go that long because of the soft spot they got in his heart for him. But like that,
he's still alive. He just, he got air fried.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro.
We got air fried.
Nah, bro. He was at the buffet under one of them little lights.
Yeah,
he put him under one of them little lights.
Too long. So another thing, and this is where I say, like, One Piece is really, really, really getting to a place, and I think I can appreciate it more because of my rewatch for sure. I promise you guys, I'm not trying to be the Jehovah's Witness when it comes to One Piece. Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. I don't really care. I know what One Piece is. The progression of the violence that we're getting now versus what we've gotten throughout One Piece. Bro,
you talking about like Lucci?
Bro, Lucci put his finger in her and twisted it, and we saw it.
He definitely twisted it. I was like,
that is not something you see in One Piece. You don't get that level of nasty.
Bro, listen, I'll tell you right now.
One Piece ain't playing.
I'll tell you right now.
Remember the meme when it's like, oh, not the meme, it was like the little the Gon versus Pito thing, and it was solo leveling, and Gon, and it was like, how much time do you need? These 6 months, and then my boy Gon sat down and it was One Piece.
Yep.
Like, I feel like this is where we are.
I'll tell you this though, when it comes to Lucci, where he hit Sussy,
bro.
We hit Sussy with the finger. I'm telling you right now, if he would have hit Vegapunk with that, he would have touched Vegapunk right in his little temple brain, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He would have came out with brain pieces, bro.
1000% would have juiced his shit.
So like, you brought up Zoro. Are you excited for a Zoro Lucci fight?
I'm not gonna lie to you, and people might be mad at me. I think Zoro could beat Lucci, and then at minimum they're tied.
Ooh, you not gonna like what I got to say then.
At minimum they're tied.
I think Zoro washes him, bro.
No, that's disrespectful.
I think Zoro about to wash
Wow. No.
Lucci.
Listen, no, you're bugging.
I think he about to
You're bugging.
wash him, bro.
He was at minimum. We know he lost, and we know he lost the Gear 5 Luffy. We understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was still in the fight. It was Sentomaru versus like Kizaru, but like Sentomaru did what I wanted him to do versus Kizaru. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, and to that point, both of those fights went exactly how I think they should have gone. Because I don't think Lucci's fight with Luffy was very close.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
No, but that's what.
However, but he was still able to be within that realm, and because of that, there is a level of difficulty that Zoro will have to face to beat Lucci.
I disagree with that because Zoro beat King, and I think everyone was terrified of fighting King, and I think King beats Lucci. I think King Lucci is a better fight, but I think Zoro, where Zoro's at now, I think Zoro washes him. I do. I'll be happy to prove wrong. I want to see Zoro fight.
Listen, if we do get that Rob Lucci Zoro fight, first and foremost, it does not help with the Zoro's being racist thing at all. However, this one isn't even his fault again. I stand by this shit. I know it's a running joke. I know it's a running joke.
That, but you're so right.
I know it's a running joke, but like your still,
hair curly.
It's not his fault that everybody he had to fight was the second strongest. It's not his fault.
Listen, that's why I think he's gonna fight Lucci here. Lucci and him are going to have a good fight because this is a fight that I was not expecting, but I think
neither was I.
I wasn't expecting this fight at all. That's why I was. As soon as they started falling, I was like, "Yeah, okay." I was like, "I'm good with this." I didn't even think I needed this, but I'm glad you're giving it to me.
I'm excited for it. I'm happy for it.
And
if he does like beat Lucci very clearly, I'm not mad about it either. Yeah. I'm not mad about it because I think we're finally here to the point where we always wanted to see the Straw Hats. And the last time we saw that was right after the 2-year mark where we knew that or we were waiting to see how strong they were, and we got a taste of that. They fucked up the CP not CP, Jesus.
CP,
the I can't even say it now. I can't think of it. CP9. Yeah. No, not CP9. You know what I'm talking about.
CP0?
The robots.
Oh.
PX.
The Pacifista.
Yeah, the Pacifistas. The PX5s. So they fucked them up. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit, they're up. That's a big jump. And that's kind of the last time we really saw that gap. And we wanted it. And so if Zoro does beat Lucci decisively, then that'd be fire. We finally the Straw Hats are finally where I think they need to be, but I don't think it's going to go like that. I still feel like there's still so much more of One Piece that we're going to get before the series is over that I don't think Zoro should be beating Lucci in that decisive manner like that. I just don't think so.
No, and I hear you. I have to disagree because I think that we are at that point now where we always wanted the Straw Hats to be, where these are not just people that are obviously trying to chase the One Piece, trying to become Luffy's trying to be the king of the pirates. We all obviously believe he's going to be the king of the pirates one day, but it's to the point where them as a crew collectively beating Kaido and Big Mom and Kaido specifically when it comes to Luffy, but putting them in that upper echelon where Luffy's an emperor of the sea now, they all have to now raise their game, raise their level to be like, yo, we're here now. We are always where we wanted to be. And I think in doing so, you're going to face obviously stronger characters along the way.
Of course. But it's just the nature of
we're at the point now where Zoro being that person who is the number 2 of the Straw Hats, who is the right-hand man of an Emperor of the Sea, who is also the only other member of the Straw Hats who is within the worst generation. Zoro's at a place where he gets a little bit more of a boost and a bump than I think some of the other Straw Hats. If Lucci fights Sanji,
there's only one other person obviously that could be in that category, and that's Sanji. And we know that he's the other wing.
Yes.
But
that's a better fight to me. Lucci versus Sanji's a better fight.
Yes, until Sanji can stop being a hoe.
Yeah.
And put on the damn suit.
Yo, no, he ain't putting on that. You want him back in that suit so bad.
No, because think about it. No, look, let's just be for real about it. If he puts on the suit with his now newly upgraded body,
Yeah,
he is a fucking problem.
But he broke the suit, I thought. Didn't he break the suit?
He didn't break the suit.
I thought he broke the suit.
I don't remember him break. I gotta go back.
I
I'm not there yet in the rewatch. Maybe
I
he
might
did.
be wrong, but I could have sworn he broke the suit. But my thing about it is, I'm not disagreeing with you, because if Sanji wanted to be that, he could be that man.
He could, but regardless, I don't want to go that deep into the conversation.
No, but that's a better fight. That's a better fight. If we talk
right now, yes,
Sanji, that's a better fight. That's why I think
it's a closer fight.
It's a closer fight. Therefore, I think a better fight. I would sit there and be like, all right, I have doubt whether or not Sanji can make it out of this fight in real talk. Like they might both. It might be a draw and they both get out. But I think in the fight that we're gonna get between Lucci and Zoro, I think Zoro's going to have to. I think Zoro's gonna get to a point where even Lucci's gonna be like, bro, we need to do something about this. Like, y'all over here worried about Vegapunk. We need to. I just fought both of their top dudes and got washed. We need to do something about. Like, I think it's gonna get to that angle, because I think Zoro has to come in and assert. Look, my captain's an emperor of the sea now.
Mm-hmm.
To get to him, you got to get through me, and y'all ain't never.
He did destroy the raid too. I had to look at that, but yeah, he did. He did destroy the raid too.
Yeah,
that's so fucking stupid, dude.
Would you hear what I'm saying? Like, it's like, all right, we normally don't bring sports into this because it's an anime podcast, but do you remember that clip when the NBA player Bradley Beal was talking to his like AAU team, and he was like, "Yeah, in order to get to the league, y'all got to be one of the greatest players, and y'all got to beat me." And then he said, "Y'all got to take food off of my table. Y'all got to take money out of my family pocket. Y'all have to beat me." And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, can't none of y'all mother lovers beat me. That's where I think Zoro's at. Zoro's like, "Look, to get to where you want to get to, my captain, you got to go through me. And guess what? Ain't none of y'all strong enough to go through me. So I'm gonna prove it to you right now by washing your ass, and then I'm gonna hop on this ship and we gonna go find the One Piece."
But he also has similar, like I mentioned before, he has a similar goal to Luffy, and that's Luffy's goal is not to become the strongest, to become the king of the pirates. However, to become the king of the pirates, it's synonymous to being the strongest. Okay. And Zoro wants to be the strongest swordsman. So therefore, like, their goals are aligned in that sense. Sanji just he just don't got the same goal, I guess.
Nah, but he want to find the all blue and wants to find some bad,
and that's fire. And I love that for him. And I love that for him. I will say though, now that I'm in Whole Cake Island, my love for Sanji reignited again, because I was hating Sanji for a long time. He was
Sanji's
annoying.
Whole Cake Island arc was needed.
Yes,
for him.
It was really good. Whole Cake is actually a really good arc.
So
it's a really good arc.
So that's the one thing I was saying, and we could definitely get ready to wrap up here. But you know the comedian Kevin on stage and how he's been like watching One Piece and everything.
Yes, he loved One Piece.
So so he dropped the episode. So hear me out. He just dropped the update right before we started recording, talking about how hard it was for him to get through Fishman Island.
Fishman Island was hard.
And he was like, "I hate Horty Jones."
Yeah, you hate Horty, bro.
He said this really felt like, it felt like homework. It felt like, oh, you really want to be down with us? You really want to be a part of this One Piece crew? Go ahead and choke your way through this.
Choke your way through it. Yep. The Fishman arc was really, really annoying.
It was tough.
I will say it was necessary, because I'm saying that now because on my rewatch, you kind of, with the knowledge that we have, you get some really key things about where One Piece. First and foremost, the boat.
Yeah.
The Noah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how important that was probably going to be, in all the little things, and the Sea Kings talking, and like the ancient weapons and stuff. I forgot about all of that. So getting that refreshed, Horty's arc was very important, but very not digestible. I was eating a Cliff Bar that sat out in the sun for 2 days straight in 95-degree weather. It was not. Did it have the nutrients I need? Yes. It was hard.
So I was saying, because like once you get out of Horty Jones, you go to Punk Hazard, and then we right back where we need to be. So it's just
Punk Hazard was good. It was definitely getting to that point of like, this world is really getting sick out here. The world is really sick. And you start getting to the meat of everything, of how everything up to Wano comes to fruition is the start. That's it. Punk Hazard. It's the start of all of it.
And I'll say right now,
and you get caught us on.
I remember where I first watched that once we got to Punk Hazard, because my now wife, we were sitting at her old spot. I was watching it. She was asleep. I'm over here watching One Piece on my phone, and I was half asleep. You know, you fading a little bit and you fading a little bit, and I was doing one of those. And I was like, all right, let me at least hit on this new opening and see what else we got. And it jumped out, and right before the episode ended, and they got to Punk Hazard, and Trafalgar Law came out that doggone laboratory, and I was like, what? Wait, where did you come from? I'm here. He was like, I'm here. Bro, watched like 4 more episodes that night. I got no sleep. It was great. Take me back. But yo, AU, man, we went a little
over, but I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one.
We vibing, we talking, we vibing. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hey, you got anything you want to leave the people with before we slide on up out of here?
We may be off next week potentially.
Oh yeah, you got
that really depends on like when I get back.
Yeah, you going on vacation? You gotta let me know.
Yeah, I'm going on doing like a short little vacation out of here because
I
need it. I need some hot Caribbean weather. I need that.
But depending on like where I'm at with Apothecary Diaries, I might do like a recap or something like that. I might throw a little recap joint up there. Because I won't make sure give people shit sham. You're
gonna see where I'm at and what's going on. I do get back at a reasonable time, so depending on if I'm super tired or something like that, then yeah. But I got you. Other than that, man, thank y'all for tuning in. You already know it's always room on the couch, baby.
Always, as always, baby. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure that you go ahead and follow us across all socials at Couch Stealers, and also subscribe to the Couch Stealer YouTube channel so you never miss a drop. Hit that notification bell as well. But until next time, we appreciate y'all for watching. We're gonna catch y'all, and as always, rule.